Frankie, what's for dinner?
Hey, how you doing? I'm Frankie the Butcher. What's for dinner? I'll tell you what's for dinner. Today we're gonna make vinegar peppers with pork chops. I don't know if you ever had that, but that is an authentic Italian dish. You don't hear of it too much lately. But I remember as a kid growing up, especially going to my grandmother's house, she used to make it, I don't know, something about Thursday night. She used to make it every Thursday night. Vinegar peppers with pork chops. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. First, what you wanna do is you wanna get some good pork. You could use boneless pork, you could use pork butt, pork shoulder, but what I'm gonna use is the pork chop, because I like the bone. And this is what you call a rib pork chop. First, you wanna start off by putting some olive oil in your pan. We're gonna brown the pork chops. You wanna get the oil nice and hot. When I make this dish, I like to have the half a clove of garlic. Sometimes I like to put the whole clove just like that, whole, not cut. And some nice fresh parsley. And the onion, I'm not chopping it too fine. You could chop it fine if you like, but I want to keep it a little whole. And then what I have here is I have the vinegar peppers, which is key to this dish. I bought these are store-bought, but I remember my grandmother, at the end of the summer, she used to get the peppers, and she used to like put them in this thing called I forgot what it was called. It was this big vat, and it had a cover on it, and she would put the peppers in there, and then vinegar and a little water, some spices, and she would let it sit. And then she would vacuum pack it in jars. And there's a certain way you gotta do it. If you don't watch out, you get really sick. That's why I don't think a lot of people do it anymore. But anyway, that's the authentic way to make this. So first, you would put the garlic in the pan. I always cook with garlic. I mean, that's the key ingredient. A little parsley we're gonna use. You hear that? That means the oil is nice and hot. Some onion, not too much, just a little bit. Let that get nice and brown. We're gonna add a little pepper. Now with this dish, I like to add some pepper flakes because I like it just a little spicy. So just a little bit. It's gonna give it that zing. If you were here, you could smell the garlic and the onion and the parsley. And we're gonna put the pork in there. Now this is a real simple dish. It takes like really not a lot of time to cook it. When it's done, you can pick up the whole pork chop and chomp on it like an animal. It's really good, man. Just let it cook. Don't worry about turning it. Let it get nice and brown. It'll cook for a while. I got my oil going. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave for a little bit, and we'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna turn the pork chops now, because a good indication is when you see the garlic and the onion get golden brown, it's about time to turn it over. There we go, look at that. That's exactly how I want it to be. You see that? Got like that little bit of a glaze to it. Won't that look good? Don't that look good? I mean, come on. Okay, now at this point, what I'm gonna do, I'm still not gonna throw the peppers in yet. Just a little bit of wine. White wine. And what that's going to do, it's going to start the frying process and start to simmer it a little bit. This is starting to make its own little sauce here. Okay. Now, as you learn to cook and as you get into cooking, you're going to see, you get your basic recipe. But there's always something that you want to do to make it your own. So, I got this little thing here. It's made by Goya. Oh, Boya, I don't want to forget the Goya. It's like a marinade. And it's got all kinds of ingredients in it. I'm gonna put, I really don't know what's in it, but it's really so delicious. Now that's gonna make my dish authentic. I really wish you were here so you could smell this. I mean, the cameraman's looking at me like I'm nuts. His mouth is watering. Okay, now it's about that time. We're gonna put the vinegar peppers in. They go in last. Let it all incorporate, all the flavors together, let them marry each other. Just let it simmer for another 5-10 minutes, and we're done. We're gonna plate it up, we're gonna eat. It's gonna be beautiful. This is really nice. We got it going over here. This is gonna be beautiful. We're just gonna put it here. Pork chop. Onion. Wow. If you want the recipe, just go right upstairs over here. Beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I tell you, man, you gotta cook this. Nice little bread. It's real simple, it's fast. Come home, you're too tired, you don't want to really be bothered. 1, 2, 3, you're in the kitchen. 1, 2, 3, you're at the kitchen table. 1, 2, 3, you're sitting down on the couch watching the ball game. See you later. Ciao, Frankie the Butcher. Smells good.